Dr. Joe here of the drjoe.com and the 2020 from.com. So what have I got in my hands here? Well, I've got two lettuces, as you can see. On my right hand, I've got Romaine lettuce, and on my left hand, I've got Iceberg lettuce. Together, I love these two lettuces, and I use them quite often. And you know, the point is that I tend to use one of them more than the other. A friend of mine who calls me quite often, he tends to call me mid-morning, and he knows I'm into my smoothies, and he will ask me, he said, Dr. Joe, did you have your smoothie this morning? I'll say, yes, I did. And he will ask, what vegetable did you use? And I tend to mention one of these two lettuces, and he was wondering why I tend to be using one of these lettuces more than the other. And I gave him my response, and it is my response that I'm going to be sharing with all of you in this very video. And the way we're going to be doing that is via a nutritional boxing match between the Romaine lettuce and the Iceberg lettuce. So we're going to have the Romaine lettuce in the blue corner of the boxing ring, and the Iceberg lettuce is going to be in the red corner of the boxing ring. And together they're going to be punching in the daylights out of each other. Nutritionally, okay, and we'll see who comes out tops, and that's the one that is going to be the winner. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to be comparing Iceberg lettuce versus Romaine lettuce, and this is going to be an interesting boxing match. And the way we're going to do that is by comparing 1 cup of each. Okay, so 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce against 1 cup of Romaine lettuce. So let's kick off. Round 1. In round 1, we are going to be talking about calories, and 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce will give us 8 calories, and 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will produce 8 calories. So in this round, it is a draw. And round 2. In round 2, we are going to be looking at the protein content of both foods, and 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce will give us 0.5 grams of protein, and 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will give us 0.58 grams of protein. So for argument's sake, we'll probably say it's a draw in round 2. Round 3. In round 3, we are going to be talking about the fiber content of both foods. 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce will give us 0.7 grams of fiber, just as 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will give us 1 gram of fiber. So in this round, Romaine lettuce wins marginally. Round 4. And in round 4, we are going to be looking at the calcium content of both foods. 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce will give us 10 milligrams of calcium, and 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will give us 16 milligrams of calcium. So in this round, Romaine lettuce wins again. Let's do round 5. We are going to be looking at the potassium content of both foods. 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce would yield 78 milligrams of potassium for us, just as 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will yield 116 milligrams of potassium for us. So in this round, Romaine lettuce wins, hands down. And now, round 6. In this round, we're going to be looking at the vitamin C content of both foods, and 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce would give us 1.5 milligrams of vitamin C, and 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will yield us 11.3 milligrams of vitamin C. In this round, Romaine lettuce wins again. Then round 7. In this other round, we are going to be looking at the folic acid content of both, and 1 cup of Iceberg lettuce will yield us 16 micrograms of folic acid, just as 1 cup of Romaine lettuce will yield us 64 micrograms of folic acid. So in this round, Romaine lettuce wins hands down. And of course, next is round 8. In this round, we're going to be looking at the vitamin K content of both foods. 1 cup of iceberg lettuce will yield us 13.3 micrograms of vitamin K, and 1 cup of romaine lettuce will yield us 48.2 micrograms of vitamin K. In this round again, romaine lettuce clearly wins. How about round 9? Now, in this round, we're going to be looking at the beta-carotene content of both foods. 1 cup of iceberg lettuce will yield us 164 micrograms of beta-carotene, and 1 cup of romaine lettuce will yield us 1,637 micrograms of beta-carotene. And clearly, romaine lettuce wins hands down in this very round. And the final round, which is round 10. And in this round, we are going to be looking at the lutein and zeaxanthin content of both foods. If you remember, lutein and zeaxanthin is a nice antioxidant that helps us mop up free radicals, especially in our eyes. So lutein and zeaxanthin, they are essential for our eye health. So what do both lettuces give us in terms of lutein and zeaxanthin? Now, 1 cup of iceberg lettuce will yield 152 micrograms of lutein and zeaxanthin, and in the same vein, 1 cup of romaine lettuce will produce for us 1,087 micrograms of lutein and zeaxanthin. Clear victory for romaine lettuce here. So, in this contest, what's the result? Well, the judges have summed up their points. In the first 2 rounds, it was a draw. But in the ensuing 8 rounds, in the subsequent 8 rounds, romaine lettuce won hands down. So romaine lettuce is the clear victor in this very contest between iceberg lettuce and romaine lettuce. So it's obvious that romaine lettuce is the clear winner. But does that mean you shouldn't use iceberg lettuce? Of course not. You should use both. But if you have to choose between the two at any point in time, then obviously the romaine lettuce is the clear winner and is the one to go for because it's got that nutritional advantage over the iceberg lettuce. But I still use the iceberg lettuce. It's just that I tend to lean more in the direction of the romaine lettuce more than the iceberg lettuce. So, there are vegetables that are good for you. You should use them. I love their nitrate content, and that's one reason I use them. And it makes sense for you to include them in your lifestyle, but go for the romaine lettuce more than the iceberg lettuce, but use both. So nice boxing match between the romaine lettuce and the iceberg lettuce. Hopefully you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video, and also please share this video with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. If you've got any questions regarding this presentation, go ahead, leave your questions down below or comments down below. I think that's about it. Until next time, well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.